Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw aboard the new Crystal Ravel, which is being christened here in Budapest, and I'm here with Walter Littlejohn, who is the Vice President and Managing Director of Crystal River Cruises. And we're going to talk a little bit about this brand new ship, which is the fifth in the fleet, and a lot more here on Insider Travel Report. Now, Walter, we talked a few months ago when we were on board the Crystal Symphony about the river ships, but here we are, and this is your fifth, and I won't say final because never say never, but this is the fifth in the current series, the fourth in the Rhine Class. Let's talk a little bit about this ship. We're actually in the lounge here, and what makes it different. Let's talk about the size of the ship.
Yeah, so the Rhine Class ships are the classic Danube 135-meter long ship. Typically, ships of this size would carry up to 212, 220
and you carry just?
106.
Oh, you could fit a few more in, wouldn't you think?
We could fit a lot more in, but we also have 68 crew members, so we have all that extra space for the crew. All of the guest accommodations are on deck 2 and higher, so there are none on the lower deck. And it's all panoramic balcony windows. Most of the rooms are about 253 square feet in size with double vanity bathrooms and beautiful walk-in closets, very spacious. And one of the other distinguishing features is the space itself, the main social space, the Palm Court. We not only have beautiful floor-to-ceiling windows that flank the space, but the roof, the ceiling, is mainly of glass. And so when the ships are cruising down the Rhine Gorge or in the Wachau Valley, the guests can enjoy
in front of the Parliament in Budapest.
Parliament building in Budapest, exactly. The guests can enjoy that scenery through the beautiful glass ceiling. It's just stunning.
Now, what about the dining options you have on board? Talk a little bit about those, because they're very different. You don't really have a formal dining atmosphere. You have a much more interesting one, I think.
Yeah, so it's much more intimate, first off. We have 3 restaurants that guests can choose from. The main restaurant, Waterside, can actually accommodate all of the guests. But because we have unregimented dining where guests can come to the restaurant whenever they want, typically the space doesn't have everyone in it at once. It's all small tables of 2 and 4, so it's a much more intimate experience. All of the food is prepared to order, so that makes it also, very accommodating and very different than a lot of the other river cruise lines. Our bistro restaurant's very nice as well. That seats an additional 30 guests. And then our vintage room restaurant has 10. So we actually have about 148 seats in our restaurants or so, but again, only 106 guests.
Now, the other thing here, that you do have other amenities. You do have a fitness room and a small spa area as well, and even a pool, right?
And a self-service guest laundry as well. The pool is
somebody described to me as the center of the ship, the self-guest laundry, absolutely, and I probably would be there right now. But the pool was very interesting, too, because you're one of the few that has an indoor pool. Right?
Yeah, it's an indoor pool with a beautiful glass roof. At the end of the day, in this region, the weather is great, maybe 40% of the time, and sometimes there could be rain or it could be cloudy skies, whatever. And guests who want to swim, they're not looking to get a tan. They're looking to swim for exercise purposes generally.
And you have one of those, what do you call it?
Swim against the current.
Swim against the current. Right. I was trying to think of the name for it. There must be some technical name we're so you can actually go swimming, right?
Exactly, yeah. It's like doing laps, but you're in a smaller pool.
Right. Now, the other thing is the attention to detail here. Talk a little bit about what makes this ship different because of that.
Yeah, in every aspect of the ship, whether it be in the suites themselves or the chairs in the restaurant, we looked at how is the space used and how are we delivering the services to the guests and how can we make the design augment that so that at the end of the day the crew are able to really deliver phenomenal service with the assistance of the physical plant of the ship itself. So in our main restaurants, the chairs have really thoughtfully planned handles so that our waiters can glide the guests into their chair because we escort all of our guests to their seat. Here in the Palm Court, there's a lot of space in between the different sectional areas that we have to give the guests a sense of spaciousness. In the suites, The closets are very well thought out. The walk-in closets, we not only have lots of hanging space, but the closets have drawer space. They have shoe racks and so forth, and shelving as well. And so, again, thinking about how do people use the space and how can we make it so that it's more comfortable and more luxurious than what you typically find.
And I also think the whole design it's a very clean design. I mean, I've seen a lot of river ships have sort of Scandinavian type modern design, but this is another step forward, I think.
Yeah, this is definitely, and this is Crystal, so this is the direction that the brand as a whole is going into, where it's modern, clean lines, luxurious. It sort of feels like you're in a boutique hotel or an elegant home, maybe in San Diego or Los Angeles, and that's the idea behind it, is we want our guests to feel like they're home.
And also, you have a lot of the same venues, at least by name, as you would have on your expedition yacht and then the cruise ships as well. Right?
Correct, as well as the ocean liners, right. Like our Waterside restaurant is the name of the restaurant now on the ocean liners after they go through the renovation. Symphony just went through hers. Serenity will go in October, and then they now have the open seating dining once they do the renovation. So.
Now, anything else you want to tell travel agents out there about what you're doing with the river ships?
Yeah, so, we're constantly evolving the experience, and so we've had a great start of our season with our new shore excursion program, where it's designed to give guests an abundance of options so that people can tailor the vacation to their own preferences. So we don't have large shore excursion groups, we have more intimate groups, and we have people doing a lot of different things, whether it be food and wine excursions or cultural discoveries, people-to-people connections, or even active adventures like snowshoeing in Germany or kayaking down the Danube. And so it's really fantastic because, as an example, on a typical 7-night Danube cruise, we offer 28 different shore excursions to choose from, which is twice the industry average. And that is really resonating very well with guests. It's very different than the typical river cruise concept, and we're finding that that's what people want, is they want to be able to do what they want to do, not necessarily what we've decided they should do.
Well, we had a little press junket yesterday up for one of your trips, and I assume this is what you do for some of the guests. We were up on the top of the Pech side, up near the castle, and what they call the Fisherman's Bastion, and we got up there, and you had champagne for us, and all of a sudden, there were dancers, right?
Yeah, that's a Crystal moment. So we always like to plug in little surprises for the guests to create this sort of wow moments that'll make long-lasting memories of their vacation. So we never advertise them. They just show up.
It's sort of a flash mob thing where all of a sudden they're asking us to dance and folk dance, and I did. It was fun.
I heard you were really good at it.
I try. I got to get my Hungarian folk dancing down, but we'll see what this. But anyway, Walter, congratulations on the new Crystal Ravel, the 5th ship in your fleet, the 4th in the Rhine Class. I'm sorry we're not going to see you at christenings anymore for a little while, but maybe soon.
Don't worry, you can never count us out.
Okay. Great to see you, Walter, and good luck with this new ship.
Thanks, James. Appreciate it.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.